for the first time, we shall honor the youth icons who brought diversity, alternate narratives, and challenge the established models of communications for the better.
And because we are nothing without our interdependence on Mother Earth, tonight, Indian of the Year is also going to be honoring individuals who are right at the forefront, advocating for sustainable, environment-forward growth.
Absolutely. Our diverse and powerful jury who's present here today played a very important and an instrumental role in selecting the winners for today. We must tell you about the journey of the Indian of the Year so far. Here's taking you into that journey that we have had over the years. Please have a look.
They brought glory to their field of work through their relentless contribution.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is...
They are the shining symbols of our nation's growing might across the world. Saluting these modern icons who have conquered the world with the CNN-News18 Indian of the Year Awards 2023. The biggest and the most credible award in the Indian media.
मैं आपका बहुत मशकूर हूँ. It is indeed a pride.
It's a long queue, and I think I've jumped the queue.
Honoring these shining icons of excellence.
I'd like to thank for this great recognition.
This kind of accolade is the sort of thing that really lifts your spirits up.
From business, youth icon, rising sports star, social change, climate warriors, entertainment, and sports. Now, in its 13th year, this award salutes those who inspire and bind us together. Chosen by an eminent jury comprising Harish Salve, Sanjeev Goenka, retired Justice Indu Malhotra, Javed Akhtar, Anju Bobby George, Afroz Shah, and voted by the people of India.
Indian cinema, India, kabhi jhukega nahi.
As an athlete, the belief needs to come from within, and that is the main ingredient in you becoming a champion.
I think this is really for my parents who allowed me to live my dream.
Hope this inspires all the musicians to play a larger role.
The Indian of the Year 2022, ladies and gentlemen.
Neeraj Chopra.
It's time to honor those who are writing a bright new chapter in the history of India. RP Sanjeev Goenka Group presents CNN News 18 Indian of the Year Award 2023.
To tell you more about today's evening, may I please invite to the stage CNN News 18's Managing Editor, Zaka Jacob, for the welcome address.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please have a huge round of applause?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to India's biggest awards night. CNN News 18 Indian of the Year is the longest running awards show on Indian news television. Launched in 2006, this is now the 13th edition of the Indian of the Year Awards. With the exception of just the COVID years, we have been awarding the biggest names in India in the fields of sports, entertainment, business, climate warriors, social change, among others. This year, the awards are bigger than ever before. We have 7 categories, and that includes 2 new categories that have been added this year. That's Rising Sports Star and Youth Icon. We have had a stellar jury with some of the most illustrious names who were part of that jury. Justice Indu Malhotra is here. Javed Akhtar Saab will be joining us in a moment. Sanjeev Goenka, Mr. Harish Salve, Anju Bobby George is here with us this evening. Afroz Shah, I want to thank each and every member of the jury for the time, for the kindness, for the affection that you've had for Indian of the Year. Thank you so much, Honorable Jury, for joining us both for the jury meeting and here tonight. In addition to the jury, we've also had public voting, a record number this year. In fact, the number of Indians who have participated in the online polling, the public polling for Indian of the Year, has crossed a whopping 1.5 lakhs. 1.5 lakh Indians have voted for who they think should be the Indian of the Year. I would also like to take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, tonight to remind our lovely audience here who've gathered in great numbers, and I'm sure more are on their way, as well as everyone at home who's watching this on television or on our various social media platforms on YouTube or on Facebook, that today, as I stand before you, it gives me immense pride to let all of you know that CNN News 18 is well and truly the #1 news channel in India right now. As of this week, we have been #1 on the BARC TRP ratings for 90 weeks straight. 90 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. And that is not all. It's not just on television. For the calendar year 2023, we have had over 3.2 billion views on YouTube, Facebook and other social media. So thank you very much to all our viewers here in our live audience and around the country. Thank you very much for your support. Here's a snapshot of our journey so far.
Modern India's revolutionary news channel that stands a cut above the rest. When style meets substance and class aligns with credibility, the viewer reposing faith in India's #1 channel week after week. 88 weeks of TRP leadership stands testimony to Team CNN News 18. The dust has long settled. There is just one winner. As the modern world moves quickly into Digiverse, CNN News 18 is the only channel to upgrade its ecosystem with a brand new studio and digital-friendly newsroom. CNN News 18 takes a giant leap towards the future. Surpassing the reach on TV, CNN News 18's digital rise has been nothing less than phenomenal. A quantum jump in views and a staggering rise in subscribers, leaving the self-proclaimed legacy channels way behind. As India's global power comes to the fore, CNN News 18 is poised to usher in a new era in the English news space. Redefining, rediscovering, re-etching an exclusive space for modern India. CNN News 18.
Well, that has been our journey of growth and success as far as Network 18 is concerned. Let's talk about social change, the first category of award. An oncologist who left the riches to serve the poor. A 2 rupees teacher who works tirelessly ensuring education for the indigenous and the underprivileged community.
An individual leading a movement to impact education and give education to thousands of children in rural villages across India. And a power couple whose fight for diversity and equality has challenged gender norms in social and legal systems everywhere.
Absolutely. The social change category is very close to India's heart. It represents the warriors who work silently for the greater good, without any hunger for reward or recognition. CNN News 18 Indian of the Year celebrates these individuals and their relentless struggle for social change. Can we please have the nomination for the social change category?
And the nominees are a cancer surgeon who left his comforts in Chennai to transform lives in faraway Barak Valley in Assam. He took over a small charitable cancer hospital in Silchar and transformed it into a premier health institute. Dr. Ravi Kannan. Master Moshai, as his students call him, is a retired teacher from West Bengal who has taught around 300 students for the meager sum of 2 rupees each. Sujit Chattopadhyay. She is one of the core members of Ekal Vidyalaya Foundation that runs over 60,000 primary schools across India in different villages for underprivileged children. Manju Srivastav. A Bengaluru-based scribe who has worn many hats has helped write over thousands of examinations in the last 16 years for students with physical and mental disabilities. Pushpa NM. This lawyer power couple represented petitioners during the landmark 2018 SC ruling that read down Section 377, and they continue to be a beacon of hope for the Indian LGBTQ+ community. Menaka Guruswamy and Arundhati Katju.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our esteemed jury member, the trailblazer, Justice Indhu Malhotra, on stage, along with CNN News 18's Zaka Jacob.
Can we please have a huge round of applause as we are set to honor the winners of our first category.
Let's give you the envelope. Yeah, you just need to announce.
The Indian of the Year 2023 for social change is Dr. Ravi Kannan.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you please put your hands together for Dr. Ravi Kannan, the oncologist who gave everything up to go to Assam, to the Barak Valley and treat poor patients there. May I please welcome Dr. Ravi Kannan on stage, please. Can we have a round of applause? Dr. Ravi Kannan, the Indian of the Year in the Social Change category. So Dr. Ravi Kannan, you've won numerous awards, including, of course, the Magsaysay last year, but to win the Indian of the Year 2023 in the social change category, what are your thoughts and emotions right now? If you can lift the mic up, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, thank you. See, always any recognition at home is very, very moving and very, very meaningful. This recognition, I think, is due. I just represent a large number of people, our own society, the members of my staff, people in the community that support us both locally and elsewhere. All of us, directly or indirectly, hold hands to try and improve life of fellow human beings. And there are numerous other people who do this. Some of the other people who have been, I feel very, very small and humbled to learn about what they are doing. And so, thank you very much.
When you decided to make that trip, the first time you went to Silchar, to the Barak Valley, clearly it's very different from where you grew up, your surroundings, your environment. What was the motivation? What drove you at that time to say, okay, this is where I want to settle down and this is my calling, this is what I need to do?
I was telling Professor Indhu Malhotra that the hospital there was founded by lay people of the region, people who very few had any medical background, leave alone cancer background, and they responded to a local need of cancer, deficit in cancer care. They formed a society, they went begging for support and started the hospital, and their former director, Dr. Chaudhary, visited a number of hospitals. He spent time with us, And when I left I used to work in Chennai at the Cancer Institute.
Yeah.
And when I left that place, for some patient he had called and one thing led to the other. Initially, Sita, my wife, was resistant, she thought of bombs and floods. But then they kept on persevering. We went there on a visit. One thing led to the other, and now we've been there a long time.
I'd like to inform our audience here, ma'am is also here, Sita ma'am, thank you very much for being part of this event, and of course, thank you very much for being part of Dr. Ravi Kannan's life. The question that I asked him, when you went to this remote part of India, what motivated you to say, okay, let's do this, let's settle down here, let's help the people of the Kachar Valley?
Thank you for inviting me to join him here. I think initially, like he said, when they invited us, I was afraid of bomb blasts and floods in Assam. But then at one point, Ravi said, why don't you come take a look? And if you feel we shouldn't do it, we won't.
Okay.
So Ravi, our daughter, she had just finished 4th standard then, and we came on a visit for a week. We hardly saw Ravi. He was at the hospital. Even the day we were leaving, he came at 2:30 a.m. But my daughter and we walked around, the town. We met people. The society that started the hospital took us around the hospital. And actually, before we left, I felt that there is a strong need there, almost like a calling. And I shared with Ravi that this is what we should do. And so we made the decision. It was a difficult decision, given many things. But I think in life, sometimes you have to take that plunge.
Wow.
And by the grace of God, both of us find meaning independently in what we do, and so we are happy doing what we are doing.
And thank you for that. Thank you for taking that plunge. Justice Malhotra is here as well, and I wanted to ask you this, ma'am, because when we had the jury meet to select the Indian of the Year for social change, Justice Malhotra was the one who sort of led the rest of the jury members to say, I think we should go for Dr. Ravi Kannan. And it was a unanimous choice. From what I remember, it was a unanimous decision by all 6 members of the jury. So if you can recount for our viewers here why you came to that conclusion.
Well, we came to this conclusion for the reason that there are very few professionals, and particularly an oncologist who was on top of his profession in Chennai, to move to Silchar and start from scratch and dedicate himself entirely for public service. So it's a great applause to him. There are very few human beings who do it, and I think he's an outstanding person who richly deserves this award.
Dr. Kannan, what would your advice be to young doctors who are generally reluctant to, go to remote villages, to take up jobs in, the remote corners of this country? Having done that for the last 30 years, what would your advice be to them?
I think all of us become doctors because we want to be in the profession of healing. I'm not talking of treatment and cure. We are in the healing profession. And ultimately, that is, along the journey, many things change. Perfectly valid reasons. But then, eventually, that's what will remain. See, life is a infinite journey. All of us are just passengers on that road called life. We travel, some people travel with us and drop off. We travel longer and then we drop off. Others will continue what we are doing. And in this, all that will remain is what we have brought, what we have established, the change that we have brought about, the people and other living beings that are living a little better because we lived here. And this is one opportunity you get. You may not get this opportunity again. So I think at the end of the day, you will feel fulfilled. And that is, I think, more important, more happiness giving to yourself, your family, your friends, people around you. And life is all about being and distributing happiness.
Life is about being and distributing happiness. What wise words, simple words, but that is such a truism. Thank you very much, Dr. Ravi Kannan. Thank you very much, Justice Malhotra, for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, the Indian of the Year in the social change category, Dr. Ravi Kannan.
A big congratulations to Dr. Kannan. That story is indeed a true inspiration for all of us, and thank you, Justice Malhotra, for doing the honors.
Okay, we're going to move on now to our next category. To see the tricolour unfurled at international sporting events fills every Indian's heart with an undeniable sense of pride. When you have a sportsperson succeed, they take their entire hometown with them. Their win is truly everyone's win.
Absolutely, and not just cricket, but in badminton, javelin throw, women boxers who have made our nation proud. The scope and scope of Indian sports is only expanding, becoming more inclusive to other categories and different sporting forms.
This year, right from the Asian Games to the Chess World Cup, India set new records for itself. Let's take a look now at the nominations for Indian of the Year in sports category.
And the nominees are India's golden athlete, a jadugar with the javelin, fiercely competitive on the field and a terrific human being off the tracks. His World Championship gold and Asiad triumph made 1 billion Indians beam in pride. Neeraj Chopra, a wizard with the willow, a swashbuckling cricketer and Team India's leading performer in all formats of the game. His 208 in ODIs in January 2023 is the highest individual score by a batsman for the year. Shubman Gill, Indian badminton's most dynamic duo. Sub-G, as they're fondly called in the circuit, took India to a famous Thomas Cup win, clinched a maiden Asiad gold and bagged the coveted #1 spot in the year 2023. Satvik Sairaj Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty. Flamboyant boxer, back-to-back world champion, and a pugilist who punches much above her weight. She sent the tricolour soaring in the year 2023 with her exploits in the ring. Nikhat Zareen, India's modern-day footballing legend with an unparalleled work ethic, a goal-scoring machine, and the heart and soul of the Blue Tigers. India's leading goal scorer, he led India to 3 big titles in 2023. Sunil Chhetri.
Incredible achievers, indeed a very tough one to decide, and may I now please invite the one and only Anju Bobby George on the stage, who's part of our esteemed jury. Along with her is also CNN News 18's Shivani Gupta on the stage, please.
So the award goes to... Any guess? Any guesses? Yes, it's Neeraj Chopra.
Thank you, Anju, for doing the honors. You know, one of the things that we love about Neeraj, who won Indian of the Year Sports last year, plus Indian of the Year overall, and he was amongst us, you saw that in the AV, is that he's extremely consistent. And he does that by being laser focused on his fitness and on his training. So he's actually currently in South Africa training for a very big year. It's an Olympic year in Paris in 2024. So he sent us this video message from South Africa. Listen in.
सभी को नमस्ते, मैं नीरज चोपड़ा। आशा करता हूं कि आप सभी ठीक होंगे और अपनी शाम को एंजॉय कर रहे होंगे। सबसे पहले मैं धन्यवाद करता हूं CNN News 18 का, जिन्होंने मुझे इंडियन ऑफ द ईयर अवार्ड से सम्मानित किया। पिछले साल भी मुझे अवार्ड मिला था, तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है आप सभी की जब सपोर्ट हमारे साथ होती है। हम और ज़्यादा मेहनत करेंगे और अपने देश का नाम रोशन करेंगे। फिलहाल मैं साउथ अफ्रीका में हूं और अपनी ओलंपिक्स की और बाकी कॉम्पिटिशन्स की यहाँ पे ट्रेनिंग कर रहा हूं, वरना मैं भी आप सभी के बीच में होता। पर थैंक यू सो मच आप सभी की सपोर्ट के लिए। ऐसे ही आप हमको सपोर्ट करते रहिए, हम और ज़्यादा मेहनत करेंगे और अपने देश का तिरंगा और ऊपर करेंगे। धन्यवाद।
We do have a member of Neeraj's family, maybe lots of you know that he has this large family he has grown up with his, parents, uncles, and they've all played a role in making Neeraj who he is, this humble boy who doesn't change at all despite soaring successes. So I have Bheem Chopra, Neeraj's uncle, his Chacha ji with us. Bheem uncle, please join us on the stage and please accept the trophy on his behalf. A big round of applause, please, for Neeraj Chopra. I just want to share a few words with you as well. Bheem uncle, इधर आइए. जो एक चीज जो हमने नोटिस करी है नीरज के बारे में, जिन्होंने उनको अंडर 20 में जब उन्होंने वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड बनाया था, तब से ओलंपिक्स, वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप मेडल वो जीते हैं. एक चीज जो हम नोटिस करते हैं उनकी कि वो बदले नहीं है बिल्कुल भी. इतनी सक्सेस उन्हें मिली है, लेकिन वो वही पानीपत के जो लड़के हैं बिल्कुल जमीन से जुड़े हुए. ऐसा कैसे रहते हैं वो नीरज?
पहले तो सभी को नमस्ते और CNN न्यूज़ 18 का मैं धन्यवाद करता हूँ. ज्यूरी टीम अंजू बॉबी जी जिसमें हैं सबका मैं थैंक यू बोलता हूँ. और रही बात उसकी स्टेबल रहने की एक जगह पर कैसे है, वो फैमिली से ही कुछ ऐसा लेके आया है. हम अपने बड़ों से लेकर आए थे, उसने हमारे से ले लिए. तो ये उसके संस्कार हैं और उसकी कड़ी मेहनत है और उसने सफलता को अपने सर पे नहीं चढ़ने दिया. ये बहुत अच्छी बात है उसके लिए भी, देश के लिए भी.
जी बिल्कुल, ही इज अ रोल मॉडल फॉर एवरीबॉडी. बचपन में नीरज बहुत मोटे थे, इसलिए उनको नियर बाय कैंप में ले जाया गया स्टेडियम में ताकि उनका थोड़ा सा वेट लूज हो जाए. और तब उनकी स्पोर्ट्स जर्नी शुरू हुई थी. तो थोड़ा सा वो बचपन में कैसे थे उसके बारे में बताइए ना.
बचपन में और बच्चों की तरह ही, जैसे थोड़ा हमारा ग्रामीण परिवेश है, घी दूध का घर में कोई कमी नहीं थी, तो खा खा के हो गया मोटा. उसके बाद फिर हमें लगा यार फैमिली का स्पोर्ट्स का बैकग्राउंड तो था नहीं, हमारा पीछे कोई स्पोर्ट्स में था नहीं. तो धीरे धीरे हमें लगा कि भाई ये तो ऐसे तो खराब हो जाएगा. फिर उसको सारे भाई मिलकर बैठे, ज्वाइंट फैमिली हमारी, मैं आपको बता दूं 19 मेंबर है हमारे परिवार में. तो सभी ने बैठ के फैसला किया कि भाई इसको जिम ज्वाइन करवा देते हैं, कम से कम इसका बॉडी तो शेप में आएगी. तो उसको जिम ज्वाइन करवा दी. जिम ज्वाइन करवाने के बाद जो समय उसका बचता था वो साथ में स्टेडियम था जिम के, वो वहां पर स्पेंड करना शुरू कर दिया. तो वहां पर उसके दोस्त बने और वो मैं प्रभु की कृपा ही कहूंगा जैवलिन वाले ही दोस्त बने. तो उन्होंने इसको जैवलिन पकड़ा दी, तो इसने पकड़ के आज तक छोड़ी नहीं है.
अंजू, last year, Neeraj Chopra was awarded because he won, of course, that historic Olympic gold. And since then, he's won the historic World Championship gold. Anju Bobby George, of course, is the only other Indian athlete to win a medal at the World Championships. How do you feel about Neeraj succeeding you?
Well, I'm extremely happy that Neeraj is getting this award. And he's such a wonderful athlete. Making us proud every year. Last Olympics he got a gold and World Championship gold, and this year 24 again we are expecting
another gold.
Yes.
Lots of pressure on him, but there is no other way to really outline or underline what Neeraj has achieved. I think you would agree that we never imagined, we never believed that we will have an Olympic gold in athletics or a World Championship gold, right? We never thought it would happen in our lifetimes. Correct?
I tried for a goal.
You tried for a goal. You gave your best, but it's big. No other Indian athlete has ever won an Olympic gold in any athletic track and field event. Nobody has ever won a world championship medal in track and field in athletics. So whatever Neeraj is doing has never been done before for our country of 1.4 billion. And we just hope that it inspires more people to do it. So what is the impact do you think Neeraj has had?
See, after Neeraj winning a medal, everybody was searching for javelin. And javelin now, everybody is enjoying that event and the way how he's throwing, how he's enjoying, and after each throws. And we are waiting for more competitions and more winnings. So that's the way how he is actually supporting athletics, and more athletes are coming to the field. And see, even juniors actually, they can dream now. See, Neeraj is there to show the path. And athletes, they are just following, yes.
Absolutely. I do thank Bhim Chopra, Neeraj's uncle, for being here. Neeraj, of course, has sent us that message, and for Anju Bobby George for doing that honors. But our sports categories are not over just yet. Bhim uncle, thanks a lot for being here.
Ji, for accepting the award. Thank you. And may I please request Shivani and Anju Bobby George to stay on the stage. And as Shivani said, there is more to this category. A young chess star, a winner of 2 gold medals at the Under-20 World Championships, a woman cricketer who's on a spree to break many records. That's not all. There are many such stories that Rising Sports Star category really celebrates.
Can we please have the nomination for the Rising Sports Star category? Let's take a look.
And the nominees are Showstopper, classy and fierce. He made batting look ridiculously easy in IPL and waltzed his way to a test century on debut. Yashasvi Jaiswal. Youngest woman cricketer to zoom past the 1,000 run mark in T20 cricket, earned mega bucks at women's IPL auction and is a game-changing superstar. Shafali Verma. India's Wonder Woman in athletics, Asian athletics champion in 100-meter hurdles, and India's biggest hope at the upcoming Olympics. Jyoti Yaraji. Prodigal chess genius who gave Magnus Carlsen a run for his money at the FIDE World Cup. Youngest World Cup finalist who stormed his way into 2024 candidates. R. Pragyananandha. Two-time U20 gold medalist at World Wrestling Championships. And a never-say-die grappler who bagged bronze at Asian Games. Antim Panghal.
That's a glittering new category of ours, which is the Rising Sports Stars. There are so many sports stars and budding athletes in India who are doing so well, we had to introduce a whole new category for it. So I request Anju Bobby George to do the honors again.
Our Rising Sports Star is Pragyananandha.
Thank you so much. Again, as I said, you don't become a big athlete or a big sports star without dedication. Pragyananandha is also preparing for what will be a big year for him. He's in the candidates. The winner of the candidates gets to meet the current world chess champion. So he has lots lined up. He's on a trail before those events and is traveling to the Netherlands. But we did present him that award, and presenting that award to him was none other than a former category winner and the last Indian who actually made it to the World Cup final in chess, which Pragyananandha did this year in 2023. I don't think I need to tell you who that is. That is Vishwanathan Anand. So let's have a look at how that award ceremony went.
We're here in Chennai to award the CNN-News18 Indian of the Year Rising Sports Star to the one and only Pragyananandha. And I'm very glad that Vishwanathan Anand, who's a former winner of this award, has agreed to do the honors.
What is that one thing that you think makes Prag different, or the one thing that you really appreciate about his game or him as a player?
You really feel that the tradition is being carried on. He's following many of my footsteps. Everyone is very excited to see what he'll do this year.
Okay.
I think a great career ahead.
Could you share a word about Prag and what do you think makes him special?
He has always managed to keep his composure and focus on what he has to be doing rather than worry about what went wrong.
May I request you to hand over the CNN-News18 Indian of the Year Rising Sports Star to Pragyananandha.
Yeah, I'm very happy to win this award, this prestigious award. I want to thank CNN News18 for presenting this award, and I also want to thank Anand sir for giving me this award, and yeah, I take this opportunity to thank the whole team for being here in Chennai to present this award. Fortunately, I couldn't join the program on 10th. Yeah, I was hoping to, but to travel for another tournament. And yeah, thanks to CNN once again for this award.
Well, indeed, that's a story to celebrate. Thank you. Thank you, Anju Bobby George, for being on the stage. Thank you for honoring our winners. Moving on to our next category, the pandemic indeed altered and challenged the existing consumption patterns in the world of cinema and entertainment. The year of 2023 was a year of change and revival. 6 of the 15 highest grossing Indian films of all time worldwide were released this year across different languages, Tamil, Telugu and Hindi.
And it's not just the box office numbers. Our nominees this year created and starred in works that shifted culture with their very subversive narratives. Works that scored big, not just in the box office, but also in people's hearts and in people's minds. Our nominees for Indian of the Year Entertainment category are...
And the nominees are... In the last 4 decades, he has redefined Tamil cinema with each intricate shot. But he hit it out of the park with a spectacular adaptation of Ponniyin Selvan. His 2-part magnum opus conquered hearts and the box office. Mani Ratnam. After a gap of 22 years, he reprised the iconic role of Tara Singh in Gadar 2. And it turned out to be a career-defining moment for him. The film shattered box office records and stormed into the 500 crore club. Sunny Deol. She is a force to reckon with, and she proved it by standing shoulder to shoulder with 2 bona fide male superstars in the movie Pathaan. This was swiftly followed with another breathtaking performance in the movie Jawan. Deepika Padukone. He is one actor who seems to be only getting better with each groundbreaking performance. Be it in The Family Man, Gulmohar, or Sirf Ek Banda Kafi Hai, he shatters boundaries, showcases his exceptional talent, and always packs a punch. Manoj Bajpayee.
And to honor the winners, can we have the one and only Mr. Javed Akhtar on the stage, along with CNN News 18's Managing Editor Zakir Jacob.
After the announcement, I'll hold the mic. I'll hold the mic. I'll hold the mic. You have to read this. Okay.
Well, I was requesting that he should allow me to speak from there because I have very unsteady hands. So people will think I'm very nervous when it will shake in my hand. Well, what do you say about a filmmaker like Mr. Mani Ratnam? Allow me to use a cliche that this world is a conveyor belt. People come, people go. And film industry is also a conveyor belt with a little difference. It moves a bit faster. But there are very few people who turn this conveyor belt into a solid, immovable stage, platform. And there they stand under the limelight while others are coming and going. Mr. Mani Ratnam, who started his career in, if I am not wrong, 1983, 82, 83, is as relevant today as he was with his first film. And why? You see, success comes and success goes in our industry very quickly. But it remains with those, and they remain in the mind and memory of people, and they remain a person who draws respect and admiration for his work, who has brought something which was never there, who gives us an experience that we had never had before. You see, we Bombay film industry people have been very complacent and very sure of ourselves. And we used to be completely convinced of our superiority. And then suddenly, a director came from Tamil Nadu. He slapped us hard on our face. The kind of work we had never seen. The kind of taking, the kind of framing, the kind of performances he has taken, the kind of lighting he had brought in his film. It was unprecedented. We were very sure of a technical superiority. He made us feel like illiterate children. And there are many who consciously and there are many who unconsciously have been influenced by him till today. What can you say about Mr. Mani Ratnam? I'm very proud that I know him. I'm very proud that I have met him. And I am very proud that I have learned so much from his films. So please be kind enough to come here.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the CNN News 18 Indian of the Year Entertainment, Mr. Mani Ratnam. Can we have a standing ovation for a legend who has redefined cinema for the last 30 years? May I request Javed Saab to present the award to Shri Mani Ratnam.
It's a good deal. He got the award, I got the honor.
Mani sir, 2023 of course was a phenomenal year for you. Ponniyin Selvan 1, Ponniyin Selvan 2. This is a magnum opus, a 5-part novel which you decided to make into a 2-part movie. It ran into a lot of difficulties, casting problems, financial problems. Tell our audiences first why you decided to make it, and at any point in those last many years when you had conceived it and when you were going through these troubles, did you ever feel, forget it man, this is too hard, I can't do this is too much?
First, I'd like to thank CNN. I'd like to thank Javed Saab. I think whatever he said applies to him, not to me. He is the rock-solid man, and he set writing in Indian film industry to such a structured, high standard. So I have a request. I think we need you back writing screenplay. It'll help us a lot. I think especially in these times where we are just talking of numbers, I think we need Javed Saab. So please write a screenplay. Yeah, I think I was very surprised when I was picked for this. I didn't know. But I felt that the huge part of this credit goes to Kalki Krishnamurti, who wrote the book, I think, and to the Chola dynasty, which has been, unbelievably, at its peak that time.
All right. A big contribution in Mani sir's life has also been his wife, Suhasini Mani Ratnam, who is here in our presence, who's in our midst. Ma'am, how is it to deal with him? I mean, he's a genius filmmaker, but at home, what is it like to deal with him?
Don't say the truth.
Mani, don't say the truth about Ponniyin Selvan. It's been a fantastic journey with Mani. And like Javed Saab said, that our life has not been a conveyor belt. It's been a rock-solid stage for both of us to respect each other as human beings, as creative people, and also somebody who reacts to what is happening around us. I react to what is happening around me. Mani reacts to what is happened many centuries ago. That is the difference. That is the difference between an ordinary person and a genius. I'm not saying he's a genius. He can try to be a genius.
She sure is one.
No, I'm trying to be a normal human being. That itself is so difficult. So thank you, Mani, for this wonderful journey where I've learned so much from you. Thank you so much.
What a moment, ladies and gentlemen. I do want to ask you about, your future projects. You're teaming up again with Kamal Haasan after 35 years, I think, after Nayagan. It's the first time. Yeah. I think the question that everybody in the audiences want to know is, what took you so long?
I can't say what took me so long. I didn't have a script for him. It didn't work out, and it's tough when you have an actor of that capability, who's done several things. So unless you have at least halfway something solid to give, you don't go to him, just because you have done before. I think hopefully we'll be able to bring some kind of a character back on screen.
You've worked, like I said, with the biggest stars in the industry, from Kamal Haasan, Rajnikant, Shah Rukh Khan, and you've also identified new talent, the likes of Arvind Swamy, Madhavan. You gave us the genius of A.R. Rahman through Roja. How do you manage to do both? On the one hand, you are managing the egos of these big stars, and on the other, you have this eye for spotting talent.
I don't think the big stars has real egos if they are on project.
Not with him.
No, really, it has never been difficult to work with stars, because if you're clear and if you know what you want, they're only too happy to have somebody take the decisions, somebody to go forward and where they trust and you trust them. So it becomes a mutual thing, we make it together. And I think new faces, the script demands sometimes new faces. That's why you go for new faces. And I do it only because it is right for my film, not that I want to introduce somebody new. I do what is best for the film.
I do also want to ask you, I'm sure you've been asked this many times over in the last 10 years, but I still do. When are we going to see Mani Ratnam direct another Hindi film? I think the last full-fledged one was in 2010, more than 10 years ago.
When Javed Saab writes a screenplay and gives it to me.
Javed Saab?
When are you going back to Chennai? I'm coming.
I have time.
I do want to ask Javed Saab, because the jury, again, was unanimous in its choice for why they chose you as the Indian of the Year in the entertainment category. So if you can tell us why the unanimous decision by the
He's
jury.
my friend.
No. The fact is that there was total unanimity, and the fact is, again, maybe I'm repeating myself, that people in any field, only those people are important. It's not only success. Success comes, success goes. But people who have made a contribution, people who have brought something to the table which was not there. You see, Mr. Mani Ratnam's greatest contribution is to make us so very sensitive about the visual, about the camera movement, about the detailing. I mean, my favorite film of yours is Gitanjali. I don't know how many times I've seen it, and I'm willing to see it again. So, I mean, that was another language, that was another pitching, and that is why it is not only that his film was successful. I can, it won't be very politically right, I can give you name of 10 directors who have made number of super hits and nobody remembers them. It is not only success. In film industry, only success doesn't sustain you. Success with some exceptional work. That is what he is.
And he has given us exceptional work in the last 40 years. Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause to Mani Ratnam, CNN-News18's Indian of the Year in the entertainment category. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you, Javed sir, for doing the honors, and once again a big congratulations to Shri Mani Ratnam ji.
Just give them a few seconds. Okay, let's move now to our next category. India has one of the youngest populations in the world, with more than 55% of us falling below the age of 25. We're a predominantly young country, hungry for opportunity, and a new age of youth icons has come to represent our restless, rebellious vigor.
Absolutely. The individuals who are eager to script the growth story of India in their own unique ways. We received a record number of popular votes, making the choice for the winner of this category, a very difficult one.
Let's have a look at the nominations in the Youth Icon of the Year category.
And the nominees are... He has given a modern twist to traditional Punjabi folk music, which has made him a youth icon with millions of views. AP Dhillon. She's a social media star who shot to fame for her hilarious impersonations and has transformed into an all-round actor. Kusha Kapila. In 2011, he got the whole country to sing Why This Kolavari Dee, and now he has everyone grooving to the title track of Jawan. Anirudh Ravichandran. His YouTube channel, Beer Biceps, has mainstreamed the concept of podcasts in India and inspired millions along the way. Ranveer Allahabadia. If being Karnataka's first trans woman doctor wasn't path-breaking enough, she has given a voice to the queer community and now even made her acting debut. Trinetra Haldar Gummaraju.
And to do the honors, may I please invite Justice Indu Malhotra and Zaka Jacob on the stage, please.
The year 2023 Youth Icon, the jury's choice was Dr. Trinetra Haldar Gummaraju.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dr. Trinetra Haldar Gummaraju. May I request Justice Malhotra to hand over the award to Trinetra Haldar Gummaraju. Can we have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? She has broken new ground, broken barriers, and what a 2023 it has been for Dr. Trinetra. Trinetra, it's been an incredible year for you. You've broken new barriers. You've now part of the mainstream entertainment industry. But that is just a part of you, isn't it? I mean, there is so much more about you which the rest of the world does not know, but all this glitz and glamour and fame, is that a good thing, or is that something that takes away from who you are?
Firstly, can I just say I'm incredibly nervous because some people sitting in this room I've admired growing up, you know, and like I keep saying, I saw my sisters on the streets growing up. You don't think that transgender people belong in rooms like this. So I think it's been a long, long journey. And like Doctor said, healing is a very important part of why we get into what we get into. And despite having started my career with medicine, I believe society needs healing. It really does. And one incredible way to create that healing is through entertainment. And that's why I thought, let's give it a shot, you know. So how's it been? I think the glitz and the glam and all of that, you realize very quickly that it's all made up. Right? But what stays is, as Javed Saab said, the change and the new things that we bring to society and to the craft. And that's where it's been. Yeah.
In fact, Justice Malhotra, I want to take you back to the jury meeting, and she was sort of leading and egging the other jury members on for why Trinetra should be the choice. So if you can recount that for our audiences here.
Well, I certainly feel that she has been an extraordinary person. She came out of the closet, she worked herself up, and today she is a multifaceted personality. She has done her medical degree, she has been into acting, she's been into dancing, and she really comes and speaks to the public in the open that, you know, which the community she belonged to and the kind of hardships she had to overcome. And I was a part of the Constitution bench which had decriminalized LGBTQ, and I feel very, very strongly on this issue, and I have complete support for this community.
Thank you so much.
In fact, I had said that history owes an apology for the persecution which this community has suffered over the centuries. It is
history, and I would say the entertainment world also, to some extent, in its representation of queer and trans people. And I'm happy that that healing is happening and it's slowly changing. So thank you for that recognition.
Interestingly, it was the British Prime Minister who made a statement saying that we are sorry to have incorporated criminal proceedings against persons who were homosexuals, lesbians, the LGBTQ community. They suffered a lot. Please relieve us of this by decriminalizing it immediately, and that really weighed with us when we were on the bench. The first step to decriminalize it, and the second step was, of course, which is yet to be crossed, about same-sex marriages.
So, Trinetra, on that note, what is your hope, I was just coming to that, for 2024, for you individually, and of course for the LGBTQI community?
I think, personally, I would just like to see more people writing trans characters, because you realize that a trans person playing a trans character is a very small part of the whole, industry and how it works. So the opportunity to test for, to audition for more roles that are written, that's really important. People sitting behind the camera, doing the work to create these characters. We have very little power as actors at the end of the day. So I think that's something I look forward to. Personally, I think I would like to wake up on time more. That's something I'm really, really working hard toward, but yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dr. Trinetra Haldar Gumaraju, CNN News 18 Indian of the Year, Youth Icon, Jury Choice. Thank you.
Thank you, Justice Malhotra, for doing the honors, and a big congratulations to Trinetra. It's a very well-deserved award.
And we have one more winner in the Youth Icon category. This is a decision taken by the public vote.
Absolutely, and you'd know the reason why. We'll tell you why exactly we had one more winner in this category, because this is an individual who has conquered the hearts of millions, and repeatedly. And to tell you more, may I please invite Mr. Mani Ratnam on the stage along with CNN News 18's Anand Narsimhan.
Well, Youth Icon of the Year, popular choice. Sir, may I request you to please do the honors?
My friend Anirudh Ravichandar.
Ladies and gentlemen, a popular choice for Youth Icon of the Year.
எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம்.
வணக்கம்.
Very good evening to all the distinguished guests here and achievers in your own fields who inspire me on a daily basis. Firstly, very, very proud to receive this award from Mani sir. Thank you so much, sir, for inspiring us all these years, and still, sir, thank you. To your question, Anand sir, never in my wildest dreams did I think that I'll be on the stage. Thanks to CNN News 18 I've been an avid follower of this event for many years now, 12 or 13 years now. And to be on the stage is really, really special for me. As you said, it all started about more than a decade ago with Kolaveri. Then it was just an undergraduate student with no dreams whatsoever. But yeah, I think today to stand here, I feel really proud. So thank you to the jury and to all the people who voted for us.
Sir, Nalla Pandrana, sir. Is he doing a good job?
I think Tamils have been very lucky. They've been back-to-back music genius have been happening through the decades.
Yes.
And this is our new one, and we are so proud of him.
So we have, it's all the more special because Ani, your parents are here, Lakshmi ji is here, Ravichandra sir is there, and also your sister Vaishnavi is also there.
She's come all the way from London. Actually.
She's come all the way from London for this. Lovely. So big round of applause. Thank you so much. Sir, may I first ask you, Ravichandra sir, how does it feel?
No, it's wonderful because it's always a brilliant thing for somebody to do something which he likes and also get paid for it, you know. Not often do people get an opportunity in life, because whatever you like in life is always passed off as a pastime or a hobby or something which you do after all your profession is done and dusted. So I'm very happy about that. Some people call me a proud father. No, I'm not a proud father. I'm a happy father for the simple reason that he has done what he wanted to do in life. He's been successful, and most importantly, he's got the goodwill of people, and that is what has been sustaining him. There can be many people with talents, but there is one factor which will take you a little more, is the goodwill and the blessings of people. And I'm very happy and I'm very thankful to all the people who have supported him all the way.
Ma'am, Lakshmi ji, if I may ask you, is this award really special for Ani? Like he's saying, or is he just saying it to make us feel good?
No, I think I should say this here. As he said, the last 12, 13 years, we've been watching this award function together. And Ani and I, we enjoy watching this. And every time I never in my wildest dreams imagined that one day my child will be here on this stage. And that too, receiving it from the legend Mani ji, whom we all look up to and admire so much. So this is an absolutely surreal moment for us and the family. Thank you, Ani, for making us proud each day.
Lovely. Now I have to ask you the question. We've got one special guest, two special guests, a very, very special jury, and we're going to have a very, very special King Khan in our midst. How did Jawan happen?
So, to be very honest, I was very, very happy and comfortable doing movies in the South and touring, of course. But then I think with Jawan, I think Shah Rukh sir is one of the main reasons why I'm standing here on this stage. He made it a point. He made me one of his own. He took me into his, in his fold. And through the film process, he was very, very particular. He was telling me that with this film, I know everybody listens to your music everywhere, but with this film, I want every Indian to know who Anirudh is. And I think if he was here, he'll be proud right now. So thank you to Shah Rukh sir for making this happen.
So is it only one film, or are you doing something more?
You should ask him about that.
Yeah. So there's something in the works. Are you also trying to tell Mani sir?
No, Mani sir and Rahman sir's combination is what we all love every day. We listen to that every day. And we get inspired by them till date. So whatever they do today is what we're going to try doing tomorrow. So,
wow.
That is the best combination ever, which I think India is proud of. So I'll never ask that to Mani sir.
Lovely. But before we let you go, you've got to hum one of your compositions. Chaleya.
Sorry, can I just take 1 minute?
Yeah,
sure. I just want to thank my music team. We were a school band and then a college band. We still work together, so I think I am standing here on stage, but they deserve all the credit. I'm probably the eldest of
8 boys. 8 boys. 16 to 30.
Yeah, it's about 8 of us. I'll just quickly name them because I'm sure they'll be watching. It's Anant, Shashank, Srinivasan, Harish, Siddharth.
You forgot.
Sajid. Sajid and one more. Vinay. And I've missed one name, Shivakiran. I've got it.
Okay, Shiv Kiran, you got all of them.
Yeah, all of them. We were all a band in school and college, and we still work together. So they're my toughest critics, and I think they are one of the reasons why I'm here. So thanks
Much love, much love. Lot of weight because of this to all your friends and we've got to come into your studio one day, and I want to see you create.
Welcome anytime.
But right now I want you to sing.
Okay.
Quickly.
Okay, just a few lines.
इश्क में दिल बना है, इश्क में दिल फना है, ओ हो तेरे सारे रंग ओढ़ के डंग ओढ़ के तेरा हुआ मैं सबको छोड़ के, ओ बहता चले आ तेरी ओर तेरा चले आ है जोर तेरा होया मैं यार वे भूले आए संसार वे.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Anirudh Ravichandar, and a big thank you to Mani sir for doing the honors. Thank you so much. Thank you. This is yours. This I'll keep. Thank you.
Once
Thank
again,
you so
a big
much.
congratulations to Anirudh Ravichandar, and thank you for doing the honors, Mr. Maniratnam. An environmentalist who converted wasteland into green spaces. A tireless warrior who worked to restore and preserve the Joshimath region. A mother of 8,000 trees awarded Padma Shri in 2019, and a young climate activist who has made sustainability her life mission. And that's not all. We also have an IITian who has dedicated his life for interlinking of rivers. Our next category of climate change honors the Indians battling climate change and promoting sustainability.
For this category too, the choice was not an easy one. The jury and the audience decided on the names as winners for this category, and we're going to show them to you. The nominations for Indian of the Year 2023 for climate change.
She's known as the mother of trees, or Vrikshamathe. This 111-year-old Karnataka environmentalist has planted over 8,000 trees in 65 years. Salumarada Thimmakka. An IIT-educated civil engineer, he has organized 700 rural groups of historians across Bihar's flood-prone areas to save land, life and property. Dinesh Kumar Mishra. He leads a citizens' movement under the umbrella of Joshimath Bachao Sangharsh Samiti. He was the first to raise the issue of land subsidence in Uttarakhand's Joshimath. Atul Sati. He has mobilized thousands of volunteers to clean, restore and rehabilitate lakes and ponds of India. His organization has successfully cleaned over 160 lakes across the country. Arun Krishnamurthy. At the young age of 16, she is one of the world's most influential youth voices for environment conservation and climate change. Rindhima Pandey.
Can we please invite our esteemed jury member, Mr. Afroz Shah, on stage to do the honors, along with CNN News 18's Anand Nashtaman.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please have a huge round of applause?
Please. Afroz himself is a phenomenal climate warrior, so big round of applause, and thank you for being part of the jury. Afroz, you're doing some phenomenal work. Yeah.
My pleasure. Sorry. It's an honor. You know, I was a winner in 2017
Yes.
and now in 2023 to be on the jury. So, should I announce both the winners together?
Yes, we have two winners, and one of them is live with us at this point, so we get him up first.
Okay, there are two winners, and the first one is Salu Marada Thimaka. 108
Yes.
pictures. Marvelous. I know I felt a little belittled judging her. It was not an easy choice for all of us. And then you have the young environmentalist Arun Krishnamurthy.
So maybe have Arun up here first. as Arun comes here, we also have Dr. Jitendra Singh, MOSPMO with us. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming. Arun, please come here. Thank you. And I'm going to request Afroz to kindly present. Let me get that off your hands. Thank you. You guys are doing the good work. You deserve the accolades. So that's to you. Arun Vartagal, well done. So tell us your project. Now EFI today, over 11 years, has gone to what now?
17 years.
17 years. 15 states across the country?
18 states.
18 states. So it's just increasing. So how many lakes have you helped restore so far now?
So we are at a number of 460 currently, and primarily thanks to CNN News18 for this.
Can you just hold the mic closer?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
In fact, I must thank the jury and for you considering us. I represent thousands of volunteers over 17 years spread across 18 states toiling for India and her environment. These are not desktop conservationists, they are real-time, result-oriented field workers who are out there who do us. And to represent them on this stage, every time I go to a school or a university where we try to motivate a young generation, they are ambitious, and they're ambitious for the right reason. You've all set the bar so high. Their future lies in the fact without a canvas there can't be a painting. And the canvas here we speak about is the planet. And the painting our lives, and with each of us being the artists. Snakes of India, lakes of India, rivers of India, the sea turtles of India, elephants of India have been the true Indians, not just this year, every year, because they've survived our onslaught, our greed. And that's what I wish to bring to limelight through the stage, that you're not just awarding me or EFI, you're actually bringing to limelight on the powers of entertainment, politics, and the decision makers, and people who've taken us to the moon. You're actually giving us limelight to India's environment. So thank you for that.
No, fantastic. Somnath ji is also here. Namaskar. But Arun, Afroz, you're saving beaches, you're restoring rivers, you're saving lakes. When you save when you restore a lake or you bring it back to life, what happens? What changes?
Magic happens. Magic happens. If we give you a piece of paper and a pencil and asked you to draw something about nature, what would you draw? You'll draw a hill, you'll draw a stream, you'll draw a coconut tree, you'll draw a sunflower, you'll draw a V-shaped bird, and then you'll put a tiny little bug out there. All of us here want green pastures all across. And that's why nature is special. Nature bounces back in style. And that's why it's the most rewarding thing to do. It is spiritual, it is heartwarming, and it is an exploration and an experience that ensures there's evolution. And being a human in this being is realized on a day-to-day basis when you work for nature. And I think that's what makes it extra special.
True. And Afroz, for you?
I think, when the Prime Minister of this country in 2014 made an announcement of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, we all young people were wondering what the Prime Minister is trying to convey. And as Arun put it rightly, you have a duty to the nation, and then you exist with other species. The problem with us, as Arun is rightly pointing out, Anand, is we as a nation, we talk a lot and do less. And if you ask anybody in the audience that how many trees have you planted during your lifetime, not only planted, nurtured them and made them grow, all eyes will come down. So it's easy to talk about nature. It's very difficult to go out, and what Arun does is what he does.
I'll just add something to it. Tirukkalingarayan of Erode in Tamil Nadu, or Bangara Doddi of Mysore, the Musirani Sagar in Alvar, or the Swastik Stepwell near Tiruchirappalli, temple tanks. All this means that Indians have done so much more in the past. Somewhere in the last few years, we've forgotten what it means to be a true Indian in a beautiful India.
Very well said, very well said. So when the Prime Minister makes a mention of your work on Mann Ki Baat, how much did that help in terms of take the work forward?
It was a very special day because my wife and I were celebrating my son who was to be born. My phone was switched off, and I never expected that the highest office in this country, a man who's actually taking India forward, would take the name of me who's representing several volunteers. My phone was switched off, and after 6 hours, suddenly when we turned it on, there were a barrage of calls and messages, and the media was out there, and I was petrified, more petrified than what I am right now. To the Honorable Prime Minister, to every state government, to every bureaucrat, to the democracy in India that gives an opportunity to actually people like me and Afroz to be out there to do what we want for this country. Jai Hind.
Well, you know, ladies and gentlemen, they deserve a big round of applause because they don't just talk the talk, they walk the walk. And they're doing something phenomenal.
Just to add
Respect.
on, just to add on, I live in a city of Mumbai, 25 million of us. 60% of in Mumbai are what we call human ocean, human-animal conflict zone. 19 beaches, 5 rivers, 5 lakes. And look, 21st century, the team ISRO here, we've gone to the moon, and in city of Mumbai, we are struggling to get our beaches right, our river right. As a kid, I swam in a beach. I don't have a beach. I have to go every Sunday to clean it. There are people who openly defecate there to train them up. So as Indians, we must come, you know, this stage is the right forum for us to say that what the Prime Minister is saying is right. We need to get it right before we do anything, you know. So for us, people who have coexisted with Mother Nature, it's very, very special. I played in those mangroves, I swam in those beach, I swam in the lake there, and there's nothing left. And we call Mumbai the commercial capital. We have the film industry, we have the businesses, and the nature is wiped out.
Yeah, we need to bring it back. What we throw in the mitti in Mumbai is thrown back at the beach, back the sea throws it back. That's what is happening, and you've got to, it's an endless cycle, and somewhere it needs to stop. But ladies and gentlemen, Arun Krishnamurthy and Afroz Shah. Arun, thank you very much. Roman Nandri. Thank you so much. Afroz, I'm going to request you to hold on. We got another award to give. Timakaji is 112 years old. So to expect her to travel all the way would have been unfair. But we have Umeshji with us. Umeshji, can you please come? Her foster son, he is here, who's taking her work forward. I'll say Namaskar and I'll say Swami Sharanam because I can see you. You're getting ready to go to Sabrimala. Please come here. Please. I request you, Afroz, to please present the award. Yeah. उमेश, मैं आपसे जानना चाहूँगा कन्नड़ा. So you understand Hindi? I'll ask in Hindi. थोड़ा. Okay. So how many trees so far? कितना पेड़ हो गया अभी?
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಶರಣಂ.
ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಶರಣಂ.
ಈ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂದು ಮರೆಯಲಾಗದಂತಹ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ವೃಕ್ಷಮಾತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಾಲುಮರದ ತಿಮ್ಮಕ್ಕ. ಈ ಜಗತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನ ಕಾಣ್ತೇವೆ. ದೇಶ ಕಟ್ಟಿದವರು, ದೇಶಗಳನ್ನ ಕೆಡವುದವರು, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಥರ. ಆದರೆ ಜಗತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಮರಗಳೇ ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಂದಂಥ ಏಕೈಕ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಸಾಲುಮರದ ತಿಮ್ಮಕ್ಕ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಆಕೆ ವೃಕ್ಷಮಾತೆ. ಸಾಲುಮರದ ತಿಮ್ಮಕ್ಕ ಅವರು ಕೇವಲ 8,000 ಮರಗಳನ್ನ ನೆಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ, ಲಕ್ಷಾಂತರ ಮರಗಳನ್ನ ನೆಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಅವರ ಮಗನಾಗಿ ಅವರ ಜೊತೆ 112ನೇ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ಅವರು ಪ್ರತಿ ತಿಂಗಳು 5,000 to 10,000 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ, ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಪೂರ್ತಿ. ಅದು ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ, ಪರಿಸರವನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ, ಸೇವ್ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ.
So if I can just translate for our viewers here and the audience, my Kannada is not very fluent, but what he's saying is that Salumarda Timakaji is somebody who's treated trees as her own children. So she and her husband many years ago started this entire movement, 45-kilometer stretch, more than 385 banyan trees that she's cared for personally. Over many, many years, she's planted more than 8,500 trees. And that's a relation. You know, we all take care for our children, but she's cared for trees as her own children. And this entire movement is to try, and every day she's gone out and traversed that distance for the last so many years. She's 112, so you can only imagine how often she's done it, and the diligence that it takes to do 45 kilometers every day, hug every tree, treat every banyan tree, and these are banyan trees, mind you, and treat them as their children. Umeshji.
ಈ ದೇಶದ ಜನರಿಗೆ ತಿಮ್ಮಕ್ಕ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಸಂದೇಶವನ್ನು ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಚಿಕ್ಕವರಾಗಲಿ ದೊಡ್ಡವರಾಗಲಿ ಮರಗಿಡಗಳನ್ನ ನೆಡಬೇಕು, ಪ್ರೀತಿಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಪ್ರಕೃತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಭಗವಂತನನ್ನು ಕಾಣಬೇಕು.
So her message, Timaka ji sends a message through Umesh that whether you're small or whether you're big, you need to plant trees and you need to love them. You need to care for them as they are your very own, and that we need to do it across the country, not just stop with one but have many and treat them as your own and nurture them.
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಭಾಷಣ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ, ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನ ಬರೆಯೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನೂ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಫೀಲ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಹುಟ್ಟೋದು ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟ, ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಮನುಷ್ಯರಾಗಿ ಸಾಯಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಗಿಡಗಳನ್ನ ನೆಡಬೇಕು, ಅವನ್ನ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ನದಿಯ ಮೂಲಗಳನ್ನ ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ಪರಿಸರ ಶುದ್ಧವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಜಗತ್ತಿಗೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತಹ ದೇಶ ಭಾರತ, ಮತ್ತೊಬ್ಬರಿಂದ ಏಳಿಸ್ಕೋಬಾರ್ದು, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಪರಿಸರವನ್ನು ಶುದ್ಧವಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ತಿಮ್ಮಕ್ಕ ಅವರ ಸಂದೇಶ.
So her thing is that we all need to not just live together, we also need to care for each other, just like we care for our trees, care for our environment. And this is the message that we as Bharat and Bharatiya can take to the entire world. That is to not just care, but to nurture, nourish for our environment. And if we can care for our trees, we can all do it collectively. Perhaps we can also live together in far much greater harmony. So ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Umesh ji. Thank you so much, Umesh ji. Thank you for coming. Yes, please.
CNN-News18ಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನ ತಿಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು. ಈ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಅವರು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಫೋಟೋ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Thank you, Umesh ji. So she's also thanking CNN-News18 for this opportunity and for getting all of us together and for recognizing her contribution. Thank you, Umesh ji. Thank you. Afroz, thank you so much.
Big congratulations
thank you for being
to the
part
winners.
of the jury.
Very well
Thank
deserved.
You.
And thank you,
Big
Mr.
round of
Afroz Shah, our eminent jury member, for doing the honor. India's largest public sector bank saw the biggest turnaround in the last couple of years, registering an increase in profits with about 170% rates. That's what we saw. And not just the public sector banks. The largest private sector bank saw a complete revival with record earnings successfully.
Tonight, here, we want to honor individuals who've given a new facelift to legacy businesses, who've been the architects of turnarounds that have given old giants a new lease of life, impacting hundreds and thousands of employees, shareholders, and customers. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please have the nominations for the business category?
And the nominees are... He is transforming the salt to software conglomerate. He oversees 30 companies across 10 verticals of the Tata Group, operating in 100 plus countries. N. Chandrasekaran. He oversaw the demerger of ITC hotels, enhanced capital allocation and unlocked shareholder value. A leader in the FMCG industry, ITC is growing leaps and bounds under Sanjeev Puri. SBI saw the largest profit in Indian corporate history in the first quarter this year. The man behind the foresight that vanilla banking is no longer the future, Dinesh Kala. A torchbearer for Make in India, he transformed Dixon into a powerhouse in electronics manufacturing, earning it the moniker of India's Foxconn. Sunil Vachani. As CEO of ICICI Bank, he led a remarkable turnaround after Chanda Kocher's indictment. He cleaned up the loan book and ramped up the digital game. Sandeep Bakshi.
And to do the honors, may I please invite onto the stage Dr. Jitendra Singh, the Union Minister for Science and Technology, and the MOS PMO on stage to do the honors. This is along with CNN-News18's Rahul Shivshankar.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please have a huge round of applause for the Honorable Minister.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course, the state of an economy is just correlated to the health of its banks. An economy is as bankable as the health of its banks. I hope I'm not giving away too much, but Dr. Singh, could you please announce the winner in this category, Indian of the Year, Business Sector?
The winner of the year
in the business sector is Mr. Dinesh Khara.
Mr. Khara, please join us on the stage. Please join us on the stage. This has been a stupendous achievement. The Indian banking sector, 30,000 crores in the red 3 years ago, and today the PSU sector posting 1 lakh crores in profit, out of which 50% comes just from the SBI. Thank you.
I must also compliment Mr. Khara. SBI is one of the largest participants in rolling out some of our newer pension-related initiatives, like making pension amounts available at the doorstep during COVID times, also helping out the elder citizens with digital life certificates and portal-related dispersal of pensions. So I think they have been a great support even in some of the recent reforms introduced by the Modi government.
We're going to have a conversation with him, but first, do the honors. Please present Mr. Khara the award. So deserved. Mr. Khara, a few questions to you. Everyone wants to know, how did you manage to turn around the banking sector, the PSU banking sector specifically? It was an enterprise which is, of course, quite fraught, and it's been quite politicized also. So give us some inside knowledge.
Thank you very much. Well, first and foremost, I must acknowledge the fact that bank in particular, for that matter any organization, needs the support of its own team members. So while I acknowledge what you have said, but I also owe it to all the team members in State Bank of India who have helped me in achieving some kind of a dream which I had for each one of them. I showed them the dream, they shared the dream, and they helped me in realizing the dream. That is something which I must put on record. The second aspect which I must mention is also the very pragmatic and progressive policies which have been put in place by the Government of India under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister. I must mention that the ecosystem has supported quite a lot in achieving what we have done. Also, it would be out of place, it would not be proper on my part if I don't mention that there is a greater realization on the part of all the constituents of the subsegment of the customers in terms of their responsible borrowing, and that is something which has helped us in doing all this. Also, the kind of network which we have, though today when it comes to the digital era, we have got a situation where almost 98% of our transactions are happening outside the branch, but still we have a physical presence of more than 22,000 branches across the country, and equally strong presence when it comes to the BCs and the CSPs. And I believe there is ample scope for them to contribute, because when it comes to financial literacy, we need to strengthen that when we are moving towards the status of becoming a developed country. So I think in all this, we have a lot of contribution to make, and we are blessed because we have the blessings of all our customers, which are 47 crore in this country, and I feel that it is a great opportunity for us to contribute in terms of the financial literacy in this country, and also taking this country to the developed state in the days to come, which is the dream of our Honorable Prime Minister, and we feel really honored to have this opportunity to contribute for achieving this dream.
Well, let's put our hands together for Mr. Khara. What a brilliant turnaround. Thank you so much, sir.
Once again, a big congratulations to Mr. Dinesh Khara on winning the award, and thank you Dr. Jitendra Singh, the Honorable Union Minister, for doing the honours.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand by for a very, very special moment. But right before that, let me introduce onto our stage CNN News 18's Zaka Jacob.
So ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the conclusion of all the category awards for business, sports, entertainment, rising sports star, youth icon. We have 3 final awards which are special mentions, and of course there is the grand finale. Ahead of that, this is the final leg, the last end of the relay of CNN News 18 Indian of the Year 2023, ahead of which we have a very special guest who's come all the way from Mumbai. I'm not supposed to reveal his name. All I'm supposed to say is let the doors open. Final 3 awards.
Some impossible tasks are completed by divine blessings, patience and unwavering commitment. By successfully completing this Herculean rescue operation, India has set an example for the rest of the world.
After 17 days of intensive coordination, the country's longest ever running rescue operation was completed successfully without a single life lost.
Well, here is to honoring the heroes of Uttarkashi. Please have a look.
On November 12, a section of the Silk Yara tunnel in Uttarkashi came crashing down while under construction. 41 workers were trapped inside on the day of Diwali, and for 17 days they waited for help. They were trapped, but they knew India's prayers are with them. It was the National Disaster Response Force that arrived first at the spot. These brave rescuers battled from the very first minute. Operations started with excavators and auger drilling machines. But unfortunately, machines did not stand the test of nature. The rough terrain caused drilling delays and machines broke down. 6 different plans executed. Rescue attempted from 3 locations in different ways, but none of them worked. And when all else failed, it was the 12 rat miners who brought cheer to a nation in prayers. On 28 November, rat hole miners broke through the final stretch of debris and pushed a pipe to the trapped workers manually, finally resolving the tense situation. One by one, all those trapped crawled out to cries of joy and sighs of relief. CNN News 18 also salutes the heroes inside the tunnel. Gabbar Singh Negi was the most experienced among those trapped. As tunnel foreman, he knew it was his responsibility to keep the morale high.
गब्बर सिंह नेगी गांव का व्यक्ति, उसमें वो कौन सी लीडरशिप क्वालिटी है कि इसे संकट के समय में भी अपनी पूरी टीम को संभाला.
As a billion Indians watched, and celebrated the great Himalayan rescue, the unwavering perseverance and hard work of all those who played a part shone brightest. CNN News 18 honors the heroes of Uttarkashi.
Huge round of applause for the heroes of Uttarkashi. I'd like to invite on stage Munna and Bablu, the rat miners. I'd like to invite on stage Gabbar Singh Negi and Sabah Ahmed, and also the DG of NDRF, Shri Atul Karwal. And to present the award, may I please invite Minister of State, Dr. Jitendra Singh, to please come up on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, the heroes of Uttarkashi, can we have a huge round of applause for all of whom they've come. All of India was riveted for the 17 days that they were caught in the rat hole, and they were rescued by... All right, let me request Dr. Jitendra Singh to first present the award to the NDRF DG, Mr. Atul Karwal. Sir, if I can have a word with you, Mr. Karwal. You and your team were there from the night of Diwali when these construction workers were stuck in that tunnel. What was the brief that you were given, and how hopeful were you that yes, first week, second week, 17 days, how hopeful were you that yes, we will be able to get through to them?
The brief was to rescue them at any cost. The whole nation was behind us. Any resource we wanted, any machinery, any manpower, any know-how, not just from the nation, but internationally as well, was made available. That was a huge, huge thing. We were given a blank check. Ask what you want, but get them out alive. And during those days, we were hopeful, yes. Nature kept throwing more and more challenges on our path, and I personally feel the mountain relented eventually and let us go.
The mountain relented. May I now request Dr. Jitendra Singh to mention and give the award to the heroes of Uttarkashi, to Munna and to Vakil. And to the foreman Gabbar Singh Negi and his colleague Sabah Ahmed. Dr. Singh, I'll give you a mic as well, and I'll give a mic to Foreman Negi and Sabah Ahmed as well. Dr. Singh, we saw for 17 days and nights, all of India, we were praying for the safety and for the security and the safe release of these construction workers. Did you at any point feel ki ho nahi paega, we won't reach till then?
No, I think as was being mentioned by him, the whole nation was with them, and I think most of all we had the faith in the inherent fortitude, inherent endurance, inherent commitment with which each of the Indian is born, which comes to every Indian as a part of the legacy, which is, I think, also constitutes the spirit of Bharat, the eternity of Bharat, which possibly Iqbal described as kuch baat hai ki hasti bitti nahi hamari. So that truth which sustains India because of its sanskar, its sankalp, I think is the best represented by these friends of ours who have actually not only exemplified Bharatiyata in its best form, but also set an example for all of us to remain composed and committed regardless of the circumstances around. Hats off to them and very well deserved. I must compliment CN for having duly recognized them. You have, by rewarding them, done something which each one of us should have done. So I think you have rewarded them on behalf of each and every Indian. Thank you.
Negi Saab, Sabah ji, आप वो 17 दिन के लिए कैसे आपके लोगों को मोटिवेट करके रखे? कुछ लोग योगा कर रहे थे, कुछ लोग गाना गा रहे थे. बहुत कठिन है वो 3 हफ्ते ऐसे लोगों को उनका स्पिरिट मोटिवेट करके रखना. कैसे किया आपने वो 3 हफ्तों के लिए?
सबसे पहले तो मैं न्यूज़ सबसे पहले तो मैं CNN न्यूज़ 18 का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा और इनके समस्त कार्यकर्ताओं का, न्यूज़ 18 के परिवारों का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा जिन्होंने कि हमें इस मंच पर आमंत्रित किया है और इतना बड़ा अवार्ड दिया है, सम्मानित किया है। इसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। यहाँ पर उपस्थित समस्त गणमान्य व्यक्तियों, देवियों एवं सज्जनों का मैं बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन करता हूँ, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ। देखिए, ये तो हम लोग, आप लोग सब मालूम ही है कि इतने दिन हम लोग कैसे रहे। वो घड़ी तो बहुत मुश्किल की घड़ी थी, बहुत कठिन की घड़ी थी। उस घड़ी को तो याद करते हुए आज भी रोंगटे खड़े हो जाते हैं। उस घड़ी को बयां करना मेरे लिए बहुत ही मुश्किल है, बहुत ही मुश्किल के दिन थे वो। देखिए, दुनिया तो बाहर में, क्योंकि हम लोग की दुनिया एकदम उस टाइम एकदम अलग हो चुकी थी। दुनिया से हमारा पूरा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट खत्म हो गया था और न तो हमें कोई समझाने वाला था, न कोई हमें देखने वाला था। और बाहर में क्या चल रहा है हमें कुछ क्षणों के तो कुछ मालूम ही नहीं था कि बाहर में क्या चल रहा है। क्योंकि जो आदमी बाहर से, जो लोग बाहर से काम कर रही थी, जो टीम बाहर से काम कर रही थी, तो उनको तो परेशान करने वाले थे। उनका तो जोश वैसे भी दुगना हो जाता था, लेकिन हम लोग को जोश, हम लोग को कोई बोलने वाला नहीं था, समझाने वाला नहीं था। और उल्टा जो है हमारे जो जितने भी साथी थे हमारे पास में आते थे कि सर आप कैसे करेंगे, कब निकलेंगे। वो लोग भी बार बार जिस तरह के सवाल आज हो रहे हैं हमारे साथ में, उसी तरह के सवाल उस टाइम भी हमसे होते थे कि सर हम लोग बाहर कब जाएंगे। उनका रोना धोना, उनको समझाना, उनको कैसे मेंटेन करना, ये बहुत बड़ा मुश्किल का टाइम था। क्योंकि जब बाहर से आदमी काम करता है तो उसको पता है कि हम तो सेपरेट हैं, कैसे भी यहाँ से घुसेंगे तो निकल जाएंगे और हमको बचाने वाले हैं। लेकिन हमें ये सब मालूम नहीं था कि हम बाहर निकलेंगे भी या नहीं निकलेंगे, ये हम कैसे बाहर आएंगे, क्या करेंगे, बाहर से क्या कंडीशन है, वो लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, ये तो हमको दिखाई नहीं दे रहा था जी। लेकिन फिर भी हम एक अनुमान लगा के फिर बोलते थे कि वह ठीक है, आप लोग निकलेंगे, उनको समझाते थे। और बाहर में जो हमारे साहब लोग थे, मुख्यमंत्री साहब लोग थे और बड़े बड़े साहब लोग जो भी हमसे कॉन्टेक्ट करते थे, हम इस तरह से बात करते थे कि उनका जो है जोश, उनका जोश बना रहे। हमें डर था, इस बात का डर था कि उनका कॉन्फिडेंस कम ना हो।
आप उनका मनोबल बढ़ाते थे।
उनका मनोबल हम बढ़ाते थे ताकि ये लोग कि बाहर से उनके काम में कुछ दिक्कत आए, वो लोग काम न कर पाए और कहीं हम लोग, हमारे जो साथी लोग हैं सारे अंदर ही न फंसे रहे हैं। क्योंकि मेरे एक 40 साथी थे। उस टाइम एक इस तरह की नदी बह रही थी कि हमको पता नहीं वो कहाँ जा रही, लेकिन उस बहाव में मैं भी बह रहा था। लेकिन मैं जो है उनको कोशिश करता था कि लोग किनारे लगा जाए, क्योंकि सत्य से बढ़कर दुनिया में कुछ नहीं है। हमारे अंदर एक सत्यता थी जो जिसके कारण मैं आज आपके सामने में खड़ा हूं।
Of course, how can we forget the last stretch, the last 26-30 hours? It was the deep shaft miners who actually made that final push and got to the trapped construction workers. So वकील और मुन्ना, आपसे मैं ये पूछना चाहूंगा कि आपका जिंदगी पूरी तरफ मतलब बदल गई है उस दिन के बाद?
गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन। मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा CNN न्यूज़ का, जो मुझे इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे बुलाया गया और सम्मानित किया गया। और मेरे बच्चे रो रहे थे शाहरुख सर आपके मिलने की वजह से। और रुला दिया आपने सर आज उनको बहुत ज्यादा। जिंदगी तो सर इतनी बदल गई है हमारी। शाहरुख सर से मुलाकात हो रही है और आप जैसे बड़े बड़े लोगों से बातें हो रही है, तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। आप लोगों के बीच में आके इतना सम्मान और इतनी इज्जत पाके मैं बहुत 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 शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूं आप सभी लोगों का और CNN न्यूज़ का। और मैं इतना ही कहना चाहूँगा।
आप चाहेंगे कि शाहरुख साहब आपकी जिंदगी के बारे में और इस घटना के बारे में एक मूवी बनाएं?
अरे दिल बहुत ज्यादा धड़क रहा है सर, मैं आपसे क्या कह सकता हूँ, बहुत ज्यादा।
श्योर।
बट सर एक ख्वाहिश है हमारी, प्लीज एक सेल्फी तो बनती है सर आपके साथ में सर। ये तो चाहिए।
They want a photograph with you, Shah Rukh. Would you oblige? Ladies and gentlemen. Do we have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the heroes of Uttar Kashi, Munna, Vakil, Gabbar Singh Negi, Sabah Ahmed, and of course the DG NDRF who led from the front, Mr. Atul Karwal. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Sorry. Thank you very much to all the heroes of Uttarkashi. Thank you very much, Shah Rukh Saab, for obliging us with a photograph. No, thank you. Thank you. Jaiye. Niche le leenge. Thank you so much. Thank you.
From the heroes of Uttarkashi to another journey literally onto the moon. The Indian Space Research Organization charted an extraordinary path in 2023. A series of triumphs fortifying ISRO's stature in space exploration.
The monumental success of Chandrayaan-3 that we all got to watch was celebrated across the world. It became the first spacecraft ever to land in the unexplored lunar South Pole, and it achieved that huge milestone on a very, very nimble budget, 620 crores.
Absolutely. We'll tell you more about this story. And to tell you more, may I please invite CNN News 18's Anand Nursimhan on the stage. Anand, can we please have you on the dais along with the Honorable Union Minister for Science and Technology, MOSPMO, Dr. Jitendra Singh. Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a story that makes us proud. If it's the deep shaft miners in Uttarkashi who said that we can go bury to the deepest corners of Bhumi and extract people and save lives, then the other side we have Team ISRO, which is saying even the sun is within our reach with Aditya L1 and what they have achieved. So the team is here, but before we call them up on stage, I have the Honorable Minister who's been very kind to spend some time, and he's been also backing them. There is a short AV that we'd like to play, which is a tribute, a celebration, and for us also to reflect on what we as a nation can achieve, our scientists can achieve, our team at ISRO can achieve. Have a look at this, please.
The lunar South Pole has eluded many countries. But then, the Indian Space Research Organization came along with its Chandrayaan-3 mission.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And made the impossible possible. After learning from the failures of Chandrayaan-2, the team at ISRO, led by Chairman S. Somnath, worked meticulously for years, planning each and every detail, right down to the T. Then, on the 14th of July, India's most powerful rocket vaulted Chandrayaan-3 into the sky. The textbook launch was followed by 40 days of getting closer and closer to the dark side of the moon. On the 23rd of August, India and the world's eyes were on the ISRO control room in Bengaluru for a historic touchdown. All 4 stages of the powered descent went off flawlessly, paving the way for the Vikram lander to find the best spot and land safely on the lunar surface. And with that, India became the 4th country to land on the moon and the first to reach the lunar South Pole.
We have achieved soft landing on the moon. India is on the moon.
As celebrations erupted at ISRO, a billion hearts swelled with pride.
ये क्षण भारत में नई ऊर्जा, नया विश्वास, नई चेतना का है.
The hard work of the engineers and scientists behind this historic mission has helped open new doors to lunar exploration. The space agency has proved that the sky is not the limit. CNN News 18 recognizes Team ISRO for their outstanding achievement in India's space odyssey.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be very honest with you. This is a special achievement award which we had to give. Indian of the Year this year would have been incomplete had we not celebrated the achievement. May I please request the Honorable Chairperson of ISRO, S. Somnath ji, along with the Mission Director Chandrayaan, Muthuvel ji, to please come up on stage. Please give them a standing ovation. This is applauding the efforts of our scientists. He leads the team. He is the Mission Director Chandrayaan, and they have achieved what many thought Bharat can never do. It will never be possible. Sir, first I'm going to request you to kindly present this award. Muthuvel ji, please come. So, Mike. It's their simplicity, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? These are the people who have said that Mars, Moon and the Sun, nothing is out of our reach. So, Somnath ji, Namaskaram, thank you very, very much. Muthuvel sir, Parthugal, Vanakkam. May I ask you, at what point, there was a lot of hard work after the failure the last time around, 3 years of real solid work. When was it that you had the sleepless night?
I never had. See, the whole point is in understanding what went wrong, and all our time was spent on that part. And once you have a clue of what it is, but you know, bringing back the sample from Moon to understand what went wrong is not possible.
Yeah.
So we were working on hypothesis and then trying to recreate what could have gone wrong. And we have a reasonable understanding of it. We looked at various scenarios on how to understand this, the miss that happened in the past, and how to correct it. And we went through a series of simulation, testing, etc. And once we had the confidence to do it, as I came in, it was just 1.5 years. But then we made it a point to understand that the whole crux of that issue is fully understood. Then only we are taking the chance. And that chance was taken with full confidence. Then we have no worry.
Fantastic. Muthuvel sir, are you so quiet with your team also, or this is just because you are here at CNN-News18 Indian of the Year?
First of all, it's a great honor to be acknowledged by CNN.
Sir, the honor is ours, that we get a chance to acknowledge you in our lifetime.
Thank you so much for that. And as we told, it is a very challenging, Chandrayaan-3 mission is a very challenging, starting from identification of root cause of Chandrayaan-2 lander failure and reconfiguration of lander with more robustness in all the systems to autonomously handle wider range of dispersions to achieve the safe and soft landing, and also conceptualization and conducting of several special tests and exhaustive simulations, which has really predicted the failures, and we have successfully overcome it.
Sir, government is here, so let me ask you, did they tell you budget nahi hai, no budget, or did you decide that we'll make sure that we reduce the budget?
On this topic, I think we must thank our Honorable Minister. I can't ever demand better support than Honorable Jitendra Singh ji in terms of our support, the patronage, and also from our Honorable Minister, who is our Prime Minister himself. What type of support that we have been getting, and you have seen it speaking. And all through the difficult times, he was with us. So thank so much for our Honorable Prime Minister and also our Minister for this. And post that, I think you would have watched what happened. See, the whole space sector is now unfurled out in terms of the long-term vision by him. For next 25 years, look at that. I think this is the support. I can't ask more.
Sir, I want to ask you, Chandrayaan Mission Director, you must have received at least 100 calls, if not more, to say, come work with us, you name your price. What makes you continue to work with ISRO?
No, it's a passion. It drives us. In fact, this was my dream company during my college, and that is what it drives us.
So nobody can lure you away from where you are right now?
No, it is a conscious decision right from engineering. So this is something very unique organization which is a result-oriented organization, and review systems all are transparent, and this is what we like, every one of us like to work in ISRO.
Sir, can I give you a hug? What sentiment? Awesome sentiment, sir. This is the sentiment that we need everywhere. Now, Dr. Jitendra Singh, one thing you have done, and I have to thank you for it, is to open space technology, Sriharikota, ISRO, to media, to public, to come and see what is a landmark event for us in human history. How did that happen? And thank you for that.
Yeah, before that, I must add to what Somnath was saying. He's being very modest. It's been a very cost-effective mission, just about 600 crore.
Correct.
So it's hardly a fraction of the cost that the missions by the other countries have
तो मैं वही पूछ रहा था, ये brief आपने उनको दिया कि वो उन्होंने cost कम कर दिया, ऐसे मैं पूछ
No, I think it's part of it's absolutely indigenous, and our human resource was always very rich. What we lacked was possibly an enabling milieu, which is to be provided by the policy makers or at the level of the political leadership, which happened after Prime Minister Modi came in. And that is exactly what relates to what you asked, the opening up of the space sector, or the media very fondly described as the unlocking of the space. So earlier on, they were working in isolation, in silos, just a team of 10. But this time, Chandrayaan, there were 10,000 spectators, more than 1,000 media persons there, right there. And there was the whole of nation got involved. And you must have seen, almost every Indian was glued to the television set. I told Somnath, I said, this is a scene, a site which has only one parallel when India plays against Pakistan. and not only that, overnight, I mean, we have seen times when Chairman ISRO was hardly known, even in Delhi circles. Now he's become a celebrity. I would say he's Shah Rukh Khan of the space. So, mind you, since we are together, most of the places, one has to embarrassingly step back while traveling with him because he is so much crowded by these selfie hunters. So, that is, I think, in a positive way, that has given the nation a sense of belonging, owning these space missions. And if you see the archive pictures of Vikram Sarabhai, the founding father of ISRO, carrying the launcher on the carriage of the bicycle, you would then realize how much deprived they were of the resources. So we were never deprived of the human resource, of the talent, of the potential, or commitment, as is being said by him. What we lacked was an overall, and now it's open for the public-private participation. There's a huge investment of industry. If you talk statistically, because that's what the world today expects. We were just one startup. It's embarrassing to say, about 4 or 5 years back. Yes. Today we are more than 190.
190 startups in the space sector.
In the space sector. Some of them first of their kind in the world. The earlier ones have turned into entrepreneurs. And in this year itself, beginning, I'm talking of the financial year, beginning from 1st April to 31st of December, there has been an investment of more than 1,000 crore by private startups.
Wow.
So there's huge pooling of both the financial resources as well as the knowledge resource happening. And that is what has now placed India as a frontline nation. And thirdly, as now when we are celebrating this, I think this 3 successive success stories, which I would say is a trilogy of ISRO's success, they are first of their kind in one way or the other. So when Prime Minister Modi talks of Amrit Kal and India's ascent to that pedestal, that ascent has already begun via space technology.
So the
For example, Chandrayaan, you see the most fascinating fact about Chandrayaan 3 is that ISRO was founded in 1969. Now if you go back to the archives and the newspaper, 1969 is the year remembered because that was the time when America landed first human being on the surface of moon.
The moon landing happened.
Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
And that was the time we were just establishing ISRO. But today, it is ISRO which has landed in the southern pole of the moon even before they could do.
They could do it. And we've achieved success with Mangalyaan and also with Aditya L1, which others have not been able to.
Mangalyaan has been there for a record number of times, more than the expected lifespan of it. And the Aditya, which is now reached its first destination, is a unique of its kind because it's going to discover the mysteries of the Earth-Sun connect and explore all those probabilities, the possibilities which could be both advantage as well as disadvantage, the solar storms, the solar phenomenon, all those things. The world is waiting. Now, actually, the world is waiting for our cues.
Very rightly said. We have to wind up, but Muthuvel sir, I want to ask you, what next for you? There is a superstar who did Mangalyaan. There is a superstar who's amidst us. Would you want him to do Chandrayaan? So no, sir, you ask him.
would like to...
No, you hold it on the mic. You don't need to be... I'll stand next to you. Yeah, now ask him.
Sir, Shah Rukh, sir, please come.
So, it's not about making Chandrayaan, they want to take a picture with you, sir.
We can have the two Shah Rukh Khans.
Thank you.
We can have the two Shah Rukh Khans standing side by side.
Sir, please stand. Please. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Muthuvel sir, Somnath ji, and the entire team ISRO, and of course, Dr. Jitendra Singh. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Singh, for doing the honors, and a big congratulations to Team ISRO.
And the moment is finally here. The CNN-News18 Indian of the Year 2023.
But before we tell you more, may I please invite to the stage CNN-News18's Zaka Jacob.
Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause. This is the moment we all have been waiting for.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final award. This is the climax, as they say. This is what we all have been waiting for. The lovely audience here at the packed hall at Shah Jahan Hall here in Delhi, and of course millions who are watching on television and online. So before we announce who has won the CNN-News18 Indian of the Year 2023, I want to do a little audience dipstick. My colleague Anand is there. He's going to go around with a mic. Who do you think should be the Indian of the Year 2023?
Where anybody calling dibs? Yeah. Together, yeah. Shah Rukh Khan. Shah Rukh Khan is not there in any of our lists. He's there as our special guest.
Mani
Ratnam, sir. Mani sir is already there. Yeah, he's one of the contenders. Anybody else? He requires no list. Who requires? King Khan requires no list. हम जहां खड़े होते हैं लिस्ट वहीं से शुरू होती है, लाइन नहीं, लिस्ट. Awards. Yeah. Dr. Kannan should get. Dr. Kannan should get. Yes, of course. They all deserve to be Indian of the Year. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Quickly. Yes.
Everyone's time asking this question.
Everyone
knows it.
Everyone knows it. All right, then let's not waste any time. Go back to Zaka. Yes, Zaka, over to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the big reveal. The CNN News 18 Indian of the Year 2023 is...
An outsider who dared to dream.
I've not come here to compete.
A plucky youngster. An outsider who dared to dream. A plucky youngster who chose a path where no one had dared to venture. An effervescent artist who broke every single stereotype of a Bollywood hero. A bona fide superstar who redefined romance and charmed his way into the hearts of 1 billion Indians. Shah Rukh Khan is an emotion. An epitome of humility, grace and charm. Khan's unmatched chivalry for women and unrivaled love towards his army of followers from all walks of society has earned him a legion of fans. A terrific orator who loves to shoot straight, leaves his audience always craving for more. A giver who is as loyal to his fans as they are to him. A mannat by his fans for a glimpse is always fulfilled by Khan. Behind the glitz, glamour and stardom, SRK's philanthropy goes unnoticed. Mir Foundation focuses on helping acid attack survivors. Khan, who believes in charity with silence and dignity, has donated generously to the treatment of several cancer patients. Khan did something no actor could in the year 2023. He smashed open the 1,000 crore club with Pathaan. He shattered his own records with Jawan and ended the year with a successful Donkey. Padma Shri recipient, a director's actor, an eclectic performer, a generous producer, and modern India's biggest superstar, Shah Rukh Khan is CNN News 18's Indian of the Year.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the one and only Shah Rukh Khan, the CNN News 18 Indian of the Year. May I also invite the jury members to please come up on stage to present Mr. Shah Rukh Khan with the award. Justice Indu Malhotra, Anju Bobby George, Afroz Shah, please come to the center of the stage. Before we present the award, I want to reiterate something that I said at the start of Indian of the Year, that the public polling for CNN News 18 Indian of the Year, more than 1.5 lakh Indians voted for the one and only Shah Rukh Khan as the CNN News 18 Indian of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Badshah of Bollywood, the Pathaan and the Jawan, the man who has smashed open the box office in 2023, the one and only Shah Rukh Khan. Shah Rukh, I believe you have an acceptance speech for us, so the podium is yours.
I'll finally figure this out, don't worry. Okay, so I just want to say I'll take a little bit of a time, so please excuse me. You guys have sat so long, we've met such wonderful people, such great achievers. Another few minutes. Normally when you get an award of this caliber, I guess the regular way of acceptance is to first thank the organizers of this award and then show gratitude and a bit of humility, and also thank the team behind the work that has made you get this award. But I'm going to do none of it, honestly. I have two very good reasons for it, and if you have 2 very good minutes, I'd like to explain myself to you. It's been a bloody long time since I won an award now. You know, I'd started believing now I was doomed or destined to win one of these, lifetime achievement awards at these loud and colorful TV award shows, which unfortunately I've also hosted lots of. And I really want to keep this award to myself, not share it with anyone at all. And the second reason is, because I've had 3 highly successful films this year, super duper hits, show off, little bit, why not, 1,000 crore club and stuff, man, yeah. So there are thousands of people behind, some of them present here, like my friend Anirudh, who are responsible for this success. And to thank thousands of people will take a lot more than 2 minutes, so I'm not going to thank them either. The other thing is that I believe that this award should be devoured by me. It should only be eaten by me. Because in the voice of Vikram Rathore from Jawan, I am hungry. And I've always been hungry. And I'm hungrier now with this award in my hand because there is no other way you can be if you want to keep on doling out entertainment year after year for 140 crore people for the last 33 plus years. And I'm also very impetuous, impulsive, like a modern actor should be, modernistic, futuristic, unbridled and innovative. So I just like to tell you how I sign my films. At the spur of a moment, I hear a story and I say yes to it. I don't think about the box office. I don't think about, should I be playing this character, even if it's vertically challenged? Should it be like larger than life? No, I just say, okay, I'll do this film. And then I keep awake all night because I'm futuristic and wait for someone from future to come and tell me, bro, this is a bad decision in the future. More often than not, nobody comes. So I wake up in the morning and in a jiffy, I've signed this film and I'm doing it. Apart from being impetuous, I'm also very, very confident in my talent and hard work. So confident that very often my wife tells me that you're overconfident and cocky. Hubristic I also sometimes. I'll just give you an example, it's not so. My 10-year-old son has a Lego set and I finish it end to end in 4 days. Yes, full. Though clearly on the box it says 6 to 12 years. But I finish it. My son obviously explained to me that this is for the specification of the age. It is not meant to be the time taken to make the Lego. But you know what? He's a young kid. Little entitled because he's a superstar son. What does he know? So I revel till this bubble bursts. Apart from this, the good thing, the saving grace that is there is that I am a guy who's hopeful and tells happy stories. The heroes I play do good things. They give hope and happiness. If I play a bad guy, I make sure he suffers a lot. He dies a dog's death. Because I believe goodness begets goodness. And I believe badness deserves a kick in the backside. But going to bubbles bursting, the last 4 or 5 years have been a bit of a ride for me and my family. I'm sure some of you also, because of COVID and stuff. You know, most of my films flopped. A lot of specialists and analysts started writing my death knell. Some idiots did the same, which actually is the same thing, analysts and idiots, so it's not something that I really bother about. And then, at a personal level, a little bit of bothersome and unpleasant things also happened, to say the least, which made me learn a lesson, that be quiet. Be very quiet and work hard with dignity and still know it in your heart. When you think that everything is good, suddenly out of nowhere, wham, life may come and hit you and topple your apple cart. But this is the time where you need to be the hopeful, happy, honest storyteller and continue doing whatever you're doing. And kind of think this is an aberration. This is a nasty plot twist. It is not the story that you're living. And 100% is not the story's end. Because somebody somewhere told me that life में फिल्मों की तरह अंत में सब ठीक हो जाता है. और अगर ठीक ना हो तो अंत नहीं है. पिक्चर अभी बाकी है मेरे दोस्त. And I believe in him because I believe that goodness begets goodness. So when I get an award like this one, I'm reminded that I should remain the eternal optimist and hang on to the self-belief that I'm the fastest Lego maker in the world. And I should play honest roles that give people courage to dream. I should keep working hard, quietly with the hope that the life doesn't topple my apple cart anytime soon. And yes, I should remain impulsive and impetuous. So I started differently, but impetuously I feel I should thank CNN-News18 for conferring me with this award. Thank you very much. I want to congratulate all the other winners here, and I know your achievements are far greater than mine, and mind you, I'm only saying this to bring some humility in my speech. I don't really mean it here. But seriously, I want to thank Siddharth Anand for making Pathaan for me, Aditya Chopra for producing it, Atli Kumar for making the biggest hit in Hindi cinema, Jawan, Anirudh for giving the music for it, and of course Rajkumar Hirani and Abhijat Joshi, who gave me one of the most beautiful films of my life, Danki. I want to honor and dedicate this award to all the cast and crew members who worked relentlessly to make this possible, but I am not giving it to them. I'm keeping it myself because I need 30 seconds, Mozaka. I'll just tell you, because some years back when I used to get a lot of awards, I decided that every award that I get, I'll take it as a gift for one of my kids. It'll bring cheer to their lives. And I truly believe that the last 4 or 5 years that my family has seen, my children have seen, my wife has seen, Gauri, I think nobody deserves a bigger cheer right now than them. So I'm taking this award back home for them. And I'd like to say something brash. I've kept my speech written because it is checked 3 or 4 times over that I don't say something stupid and wrong and I get picked on for it. But still, I'd like to say this thing, which is very, very brash, that I don't just feel like the Indian of the year. I feel I have been the Indian of all the years gone by. And I will be the Indian for all the years to come. I am actually, ladies and gentlemen, the Indian for all ages. But I'd like to thank everyone here, genuinely, and people who are watching this on television. Hordes of you who came this year to watch my films. Some of you may not have even liked them. But I know deep down inside you came there to support me and my family. So, I bow down to you. And thank you for bringing cheer to my family, my children, my loved ones. And I thank you for making me the star I am yet again. Please have a good night, everybody, and thank you once again. Love you all. Thank you.
Shah Rukh, may I request you to join us here on center stage? All right, you have a mic. Just a couple of quick questions. I do want to take you back to January of 2023. Just how nervous were you before Pathaan release? Like you said in your speech, these are not my words, your words. People were writing you off, death knell, you know, Shah Rukh doesn't deliver hits anymore. How nervous were you before Pathaan released?
I don't know if I was nervous, but I was very scared. Nervous is an easier word. You know, when you're nervous when you're coming here to say a speech. You're nervous when you're going to a party that you're not invited to. But you're scared, you know, because honestly, this is all I know. That I know only to act and entertain people. And I've done it now for many, many years, more years than I remember. I counted when I'm writing a speech, it's 33 years plus. But this is all I know how to do. So you're scared that if this doesn't entertain people, it's not about the monies, it's not about the box office. If this doesn't entertain people, what else am I going to do? So I was very scared. In the interim, during the COVID times, I even learned how to make Italian food, just in case Pathaan didn't work.
And thank God for that. But do tell me, I mean, at some point when the movie released, maybe on the first day or the pre-release, you would have got that inkling, you would have got that instinct, ye picture to chal jayegi. When was that?
So because of COVID, the people who made Pathaan, Adi and Siddharth and everyone, all of us formed a group because we used to play poker at night. We don't gamble, just play without money, okay? Don't troll me for this and say this. It's just love that we share. I've lost a lot of love in the last 2 years. So we play poker and we sit down and the movie had released and we all got together and we said, okay, we'll find out. But genuinely, Zaka, I'm not showing off. There came a time because this is an unexpected kind of a business of a film. Nobody had seen business like this. Even the Yash Raj film people who made the biggest of it, you know, nobody had seen how it will go like this. So after about 2-3 days, it became just unbelievable. And I'm like, oh, these are the numbers? No, 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 this can't be. Poker mein 5 lakh ki chaal. I swear we don't play with money, okay? This is a joke. This is a joke, everyone, okay?
No, and one movie is incredible in and of itself, but to have 2,000 crore plus, and then again, Donkey, 3 big movies back to back in a single year. I can't remember the last time you've had 3 big hits in a single year. Was that planned, or this is the mother of all comebacks? You planned it this way, or it just so happened?
No, this is just the simple truth. Main Badshah. No, I've been told not to be arrogant and mean and stupid. But yeah, this is unexpected. But like I said, I honestly believe, with all humility and genuine gratitude, that somewhere this is not about coming and watching a film. I think all the Indians, I genuinely deserve this award because all the Indians came out in hordes. I know people who don't even like me as an actor. 2, 3 and 140 crore people. But, but there are some who would tell me, I don't regularly watch your films, but I know friends and people calling me from all over the world and said, we wanted to come out for Pathaan. We wanted to come out for Jawan. And just be supportive of what you do as an actor and as a person, as a father, as a family man, as whatever. So I know this is way beyond the goodness of the films. The Jawan was lovely. I think Pathaan is fantastic. Donkey is beautiful. But it is way beyond. And I think my directors and producers recognize that so. So it's with big gratitude. It's not a comeback. It is actually a reiteration of the fact that I belong and I should continue to act and not learn pasta and pizza and that can wait.
We are incredibly grateful that those movies worked and you made the comeback. But like you said, it was not about Shah Rukh, the individual, alone. The industry itself was going through a bit of a crisis. I mean, people were saying, oh, Hindi film industry doesn't know how to make good movies anymore. South is making better movies. Script writers are not grounded anymore. And you changed all of that. So it went beyond just an individual Shah Rukh Khan or one movie. This was about putting confidence back in the industry because people had stopped coming to the theatres because of COVID.
Yeah, it was really bad times, and they call it the post-pandemic time when theatres were running empty, specifically the Hindi-speaking theatres. And yes, we had some wonderful people who are sending us to Chand and Moon and also making films here in Hindi now, the guys from the South. And yes, they do make larger-than-life films. Hindi films perhaps had started making cinema which was a little more middle of the road. But there is now a youthful audience out in the country. We are one of the youngest or the youngest country in the world. Yeah. And I guess they just want things which are bigger, better, faster, superior, over the top, and maybe a little noisy and happier, And middle of the road, real cinema may have, because, this was years of films which were lying in the cans, had to come down post-COVID. So I think now we are finding the groove in Hindi cinema, and I cannot take the responsibility of bringing Hindi cinema back. And I can just take, I can really just thank everyone that I happen to be in those films, which started the trend of Hindi cinema being watched again. And we are extremely thankful. I say this on behalf of the whole Hindi film industry and the whole Indian film industry, that it's really nice that people are coming back and doing this community watching. It's not just the OTT, it's not just the satellite stuff. Please do keep watching CNN-News18, but beyond that, do watch films in the theatre.
Thank you for that. We're on cable as well as on social.
You don't get CNN-News18 in theatres yet, so till such time. I think it's very humbling for all of us as workers, as actors, as producers, as directors, and I hope this trend continues.
You talked about bigger, better, fast, superior South movies. Mr. Mani Ratnam is here, and the last time you two worked was, 20 years ago, 30 years ago? Are you going to make a pitch for another movie? When is he going to direct you again? You can ask him. Use the forum of CNN-News18 Indian of the Year.
Mani sir, what now? It's all come out in the open now. I'm requesting you, I'm begging you, I'm telling you every time do a film with me. I swear this time I'll dance on top of a plane, chaiya chaiya, if you tell me. What is the train?
Can somebody pass Mani sir a mic, please?
And good evening, Swasni. I had told you that time, tell him before sleeping, Shah Rukh, Shah Rukh, Shah Rukh.
Mani sir, when are you going to cast Shah Rukh Khan?
When I buy a plane.
Oh, you buy a plane.
If I buy a plane,
I'll do it.
Mani, let me just tell you, the way my films are going,
This plane is not far away, huh? I'll bring it down to earth, don't worry. I'm coming on in.
All right, so before we let you go, we have a small tribute for you. It's a a cappella band from Mumbai, Voktronica, and they have created a special tribute for you. So I'll hold this while they hold you.
Okay.
Okay? So let's have Voktronica, please.
Many dream big and eye a higher role in society, but a few achieve. Like Dr. Ravi Kannan, a cancer surgeon who left life in Chennai to transform lives in faraway Barak Valley. He took over the city.
Just get... Yep. Please.
Yeah, it's on, it's on.
Please go ahead.
This is so ironic. Jawan tu, Jawan mein. But thank you so much. Thank you all the people who are present here. This has been a great evening. I nowadays don't go out in public. Not because I'm shy, it's just that they tear my clothes. But joking, I'm just here, back home in Delhi. My whole family is here, mom's here. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for all the lovely songs. Thank you, Mani sir, for the film. March, I'll be there, sir. Morning shift, 2 p.m. But thank you, everyone, all of Delhi. Thank you, Zaka.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, the whole team.
Thank you.
Thank you, CNN.
Thank you.
News 18.
Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Ladies and
Good night.
gentlemen,
Thank you.
can I please invite all the winners of the various categories of Indian of the Year and the jury members to please come up on stage for a photograph. All the winners of the Indian of the Year and the jury members kindly come up on stage for a group photograph. Thank you so much. I'll take the mic.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that we have come to the end of this wonderful evening. You've all been a great audience, and a huge round of applause for the entire team of CNN News 18 who has made this lovely and wonderful evening possible. For one last time, give it up for Team CNN News 18.
We'd also like to very quickly thank all of our sponsors. Tonight's event is presented by the RP Sanjeev Goenka Group. The associate partners are Cholamandalam MG General Insurance Company Limited and Reliance Industries Limited. And our education partner for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is Amrita University. Ladies and gentlemen, a big, big round of applause. Thank you for joining us tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, there is dinner outside. Do make your way out. The one door that is open, through that door. Thank you.